Hey guys, it's me, Shani, and today I'm going to be doing a spring vintage haul. If you're interested, then keep on watching. Quickly, what I'm wearing on my eyes and lips. I am wearing the Juvia's Place Nubian 3 Coral palette. This is such a cute spring palette. I recently got it out of my collection to try to use it more. And then on my lips today, I am wearing the Thrive Cosmetics Empower Matte Precision Lipstick Crayon in the shade Joe. And then this is the Tower 28 Shine On Lip Jelly in Pistachio on top. First, I'm going to start with this gorgeous vintage ad. So I love vintage ads. I collect vintage makeup, vintage perfume, and vintage beauty items, including advertisements. I just think collecting advertisements is so fun. I love seeing the way beauty was advertised back then. But this one is especially cool because I am getting married next year, and this one is bride related. This is a Maybelline ad from 1945. And it says on the top, "Happy the bride with lovely eyes." And look at her with her man, oh my gosh. And then towards the bottom, it just is advertising some eye products from Maybelline. And I just thought this was so stunning. It's advertising their eyebrow pencil, their cake mascara, and then their misty eyeshadow that comes in blue, brown, blue, gray, green, violet, and gray. It says, "The eyes he adores glowing with loveliness on her wedding day. Silently she vows to keep them radiant always. She knows she can depend on the magic of soft Maybelline eye makeup, and so can you. For truly enchanting charm, always use Maybelline, the world's favorite eye makeup." And then I got home and I was just curious what ad was on the back of it, because when you buy a vintage ad, there's always one on the back, and it's actually a makeup ad as well. I was so excited. Let me show you. And then on the back was this Revlon ad. Like, how stunning is this? I was so excited. It says Revlon's new color is Dynamite. Like, look at the little imagery here. And I love her makeup and everything. It's just so cute. I thought this was such a cool find. I just love it, and I can't believe it's two makeup ads in one, and it was only $7 at an antique store. Next, I have two vintage makeup items. So Randy and I just were exploring a new area. We went antiquing at a new town. These two items are from the same seller at an antique booth, and I had to get both of them because I was just so excited. This is a gorgeous compact from, I believe, the 1930s, and it is from the brand Richard Hudnut, and it is this gorgeous tulip design. I think it's so beautiful, and it's this gold color, and I think it's in pretty good shape for being from the 30s. And you open it up and the lipstick is kind of poking out. And here is the lipstick. I couldn't get it open, and it's a little messy. Like, you could see it definitely was a red color. Look at the gorgeous little design on the top, and it says Richard Hudnut on the back, and it even says American Beauty. I believe that was the shade of the lipstick, and I actually have another Richard Hudnut compact with the same lipstick. I'll have to show you that, but first let me show you what's in this compact. So we also have a mirror up here, and then the blush and the powder, and the original puffs are in here as well. Let me show you the blush. It looks like it was hardly used. Oh my god, it's stunning. It's the most gorgeous bright pink. Like, look at that. That's the back of the puff. And then there's this puff, and inside there wasn't any powder really, but this just opens up. But isn't that so cute? I absolutely love how it has like a little holder for the puff, and you just pop your lipstick here. So it must have been so convenient to have this little compact with your powder, your blush, and your lipstick all in one. I love it. Here's the other one I have from Richard Hudnut. I feel like this one's definitely older than this one, but the lipstick, I believe, here's the inside of this one. The lipstick is also Yeah, also American Beauty. So I have two of these lipsticks, and this one actually does open and you can see the red color, and this one was never used, which is so cool. I really like the design of this lipstick, like the shape of it, just really cute. So yeah, I'm glad to add to my Richard Hudnut collection. I love his products from back then, so very cool. And then this is another one, I guess that's kind of similar. It's from Bourjois. I think that's how you say it. Not that this is the same brand, but it's kind of the same premise, the same look. But I like the tulip one even better. But here's the inside of this one. It's like an evening in Paris one. So cute. I could just go on and on about these beautiful products. Then, so this was, I thought, such a good find. It was $55, but I could not leave without it. I was so excited. And next, the same seller had this compact as well, so I bought both of them because I could not help it. And this one is so special because it's actually in the original box. I think I only have one other compact that I have the original box of, so it's kind of rare to find that for vintage, so I think this is just so cool. Let me show you. So the ad for this one that I found is from 1947, so I believe this is the 1940s that this is from, and it's just gorgeous with the black and gold detailing. And then you kind of pop this open to open up the product with the mirror here, and then you open this and the loose powder would open. Hold on, let me see if I can open it. And there's a little bit of powder remnant definitely in here. And then you close it. This is Helena Rubinstein was the brand of this one. And then the lipstick is kind of stuck because it's a push button, and a lot of times these over time stop working, like it corrodes or something. Yeah, I can't really open it. I can't really get the lipstick open, but I just think it's so stunning. Like, I just love the look of this. And then the box, it says Helena Rubinstein Baroque Vanity. It's hard to read, but it's very, very old. And then on the inside, it says Apple Red on the sticker. Probably very hard to see, but it does say Apple Red, so I'm led to believe that the lipstick is a color called Apple Red. But I just think it's so stunning, and to find one with the original box was super cool. Let me open this. It's just like falling apart. There's not really anything on the back here, but I just love that. And this one was also $55, so I kind of had to buy both of these. They were together and I was just like, I need both of them. So love both of these. Next, I have this gorgeous Cinderella booklet that Randy actually spotted at another antique store, and I was so excited. It was, I believe, $22, but it is actually from 1887. On the back, the person wrote published in 1888, but on the front it does say 1887, so one of those years. But even still, something from the 1880s is literally crazy. And look at how stunning she is, and this whole scene, I just love it. And even the back, like, look at the back. It is perfection. So it has text in here, but then it also has these gorgeous pictures. Like, look at these pictures. I can't even believe it. It says the Proud Sisters, the Fairy Godmother. This says On the Stroke of Midnight, and then the glass slipper. Like, look at that. I was shocked. I could not believe this. Here's these pages. It's just so pretty. I absolutely love the Disney princesses, Cinderella especially, so this I had to take. I think it was $22, but I could not pass it up. It's just so, so cute. And yeah, I love vintage stories like this. The fact that this is from 1887 or 1888 is just crazy. Next is actually really exciting. It's not too vintage, but it is the Vera Wang Princess perfume. So I absolutely love the heart-shaped bottle of this with the crown top. Like, look at this crown. It is so cute. But backstory on this, so I do collect perfume, and I have done a few perfume testing videos on my channel, and I always love to do that, so I'm going to do that with this today. But anyways, my favorite perfume when I was in, I would say middle school, around that time, was Vera Wang Princess. So this was always on my list to buy again just so I can smell it, because I know I went through at least one whole bottle of this. And so I have a list of perfumes I want to find, and I found this at an antique store. I think it was like $18. I was so excited, so I of course bought it. And I know you could always look it up and buy it online. It's definitely still available, but I don't know, I just like to find things in antique stores. I think it's more fun that way. But this was launched in 2006, so definitely not super super old, but I still wanted to test it in this video with you guys and see if it takes me back to middle school, you know, those days. I don't know, maybe I used it in elementary school. I'm thinking it was like middle school time that I enjoyed this one. Other perfumes I've tried out in different videos are Chanel No. 5, White Diamonds, a few modern ones I've tried on camera too, but I'm excited to try this. Let's smell it and I'll pull up the notes. From what I remember, I think it was pretty fruity because I like more girly fruity scents, but let's try it. Okay. Ooh, it's a little stronger than I remembered. Oh, I really like the smell. It's definitely reminding me of my childhood or something. It's definitely very fruity. I feel like it's just unique. I almost get like a hint of vanilla in there, which I really like. I don't know, it does kind of remind me of my childhood, but it also is not really bringing up any memories. I don't know, it just kind of isn't exactly what I expected, but let's look at the notes. The top notes are water lily, apricot, apple, and mandarin orange. Middle notes, oh interesting, apple. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Middle notes are dark chocolate, guava, let's see, base notes, vanilla, amber, and woodsy notes. Yeah, I guess it's more complex than I remember it being. Like I definitely like it though. I'm just so excited to have this perfume again. I do love the smell of it. I think now that it's kind of lingered a little bit, I think the fruitiness and the vanilla are my favorite part of it, and I love that there's chocolate in it too. I feel like I don't really catch that when I smell it, but it definitely is cute. And then when I looked up more about the fragrance, it says the bottle looks like a heart-shaped jewel, very fine and elegant, a symbol of magical charm and romantic in lilac tones. And yeah, it first came out in 2006, and I'm pretty sure it's still available, so you can probably find this for not that expensive. I think not only does the bottle remind me of my childhood, the smell, but just I feel like it represents me now as well, like being called princess with the heart shape and the crown. Like I love stuff like that still, so I think it's just so cute and very special to me. So I'm excited to have it again, and it just smells so good. I'm loving smelling it right now. I recommend it. Who else loved this one back in the day? I would love to know. Or what was your favorite perfume back, you know, in middle school, high school, those days? Next, I found some candlestick holders. These two I found at a thrift store, so these candles are not the best that are in them right now, but look at how cute these are. I found these, I think, for like $2.99 for both of them at this thrift store, and look at how cute the little like roses are. I think they're so cute. I don't know how vintage they are, but I have been loving displaying them. I just think they're right up my alley with the roses and the whimsical cuteness of it. I just think they're so pretty. Then at an antique store, Randy and I found this one. So we we just love vintage stuff, and we, for some reason, have been looking for one like this. It's brass. It's one of those that has a little finger hole and a little finger rest, so you can hold it like this. I just think this is so cool, and so for some reason Randy and I have been wanting one of these, because anytime you see like an old movie and they go, instead of having like, you know, turning on electricity, they would light their candle and walk around the house like this. Like, I just think that's so cool. So this was $9, and I think it's just gonna fit right in with our decor, and I think it's just so stunning, and it's in really good shape. Like, the gold brass of it is just perfect. It definitely hasn't been used, like there's no wax or anything, so we probably won't use it, even though it's just so cool. So I kind of want to use it and pretend I'm Victorian or something, but love it so much. I think it's so cute. Oh, I forgot I have a vintage lipstick as well. This is a Coty lipstick I actually got at the same place that I found the Cinderella booklet, and it's just a old lipstick, I think from the 50s, and it's gold with this cool design on the side here, and then if you look on the back it says Coty Cream Lipstick, and it is the shade Apricot Honey, and it's still in there as well. So let me just show you. Oh no, it kind of fell out. Here is the color. It's actually a really pretty color. It's definitely used, but it's nice to still see the lipstick in there. So that was pretty affordable, I think like $6 or $7. And lastly, I have two vintage books. I love collecting vintage books now. This is Ibsen, I think is how you say it, and it's a collection of his plays that he wrote. And here's the inside. I couldn't find what year this is, but it smells really old and it looks kind of old, so I couldn't tell what year this is from. But the reason I wanted this is because in college I took a playwriting class, and we read a bunch of plays as well, and I did read A Doll's House by him, and I absolutely found it fascinating talking about that play. So the fact that A Doll's House is in this book reminded me of my college experience, and I just wanted to pick it up and reread that play, but also maybe read some of his other plays. And yeah, I just thought that was cool. I was excited to find this, and I think it was only like $1 or $2 at a used bookstore. And lastly, at an antique store, I found this one. This is also a collective haul. I should have mentioned that, but this has been like months of collecting. I didn't just find this all in one weekend or something. But anyways, this is a antique book. I found it in an antique store. I think actually it's from, let me see, it's from 1964, but it was originally published in 1859, and it's a Victorian mystery, which I find so interesting. And it's called The Woman in White. That's what I kind of look for with books. I like to read them, but also decorate with them sometimes when they're vintage ones, so I think this will be perfect for that too. I hope you enjoyed this vintage haul. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.